Game 3 for you. How would you describe the first two?
Yeah, they've been funny. Of course, a dream coming through. So it's been cool.
The coach says that he loves the way you play defensively. We all want to see the offense, but we've seen it in Rochester. What does that feel like when the coach says he's not making any mistakes and I can trust him on the defensive side?
Yeah, it means a lot. That's how I want to be as a player too, to be reliable in both ends. So of course that's good to hear.
How was that first power play opportunity in Game 1?
Yeah, it was. First shift was a little bit nervous, but could have had a tip there on the shot. But yeah, it was fun.
Did you go back and watch it
Yeah,
a couple
I
of
did,
times?
of
You're
course.
like, oh,
yeah, it was a pretty slow shot too. So
but
who shot it?
I think it was OP.
Okay, so we got to tell Opie. Hey, Noah thinks he got a slow shot.
Yeah, but you're not often in that position on the power play. Often you're on strong side, up high, seeing the ice from a different vantage point. So how much do you work actually on deflections and situations like that?
Yeah, it's the first time I'm there on the power play. So we worked today with a little bit of tips, and that's where you score. So it's a good position to be in.
Alex Tuck teach you some, because he's probably the best tipper on
you
the
got
team.
to
Is
tip
he
it
not?
off yourself. So
Yeah, I
you can
saw that
double
one.
tip him.
I saw that one. Yeah,
that
it
was
crazy.
last game.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Now, I used to, every practice, Dave Andrechuk used to say, Marty, in net, and then he'd get a defenseman, shoot pucks, and he would keep his stick in front of him. In front of him, and he would screen the goalie and tip everything. It was incredible. Is that some of the things you were working on today?
Yeah, exactly. And that's where you score, so that's where you have to be.
So how did you work on all the other stuff over the years? I mean, at what point did you really feel like two-way game is going to be your kind of launch into pro hockey?
Yeah, I think I've always been like that, kind of. Of course, there was some struggle at the beginning with the offense, but I felt that it would come because I created so many chances, but couldn't finish. And from that on, I think I've been working on that every day, so now it's better.
But now you seemingly, with Rochester, the goals are coming in from everywhere. So how, kind of rewarding is that to know that all the work you put in allows you power play, even strength, shorthanded, all situate. It just seems like there's a confidence everywhere.
Yeah, of course. I think it's a lot of confidence. I mean, you want to be an offensive guy, you want to produce, so that's where your confidence comes from. So yeah.
Who was your favorite players growing up?
I would say Pavel Datsyuk in Detroit.
Okay, so the hands, the magic man, but
exactly.
he was really good at both ends of the ice. He was so reliable,
for sure.
A great passer, great playmaker. So do you still sometimes go back and watch Datsyuk videos to kind of see what he's, just as a reminder?
Yeah, I've done that. Now it was a pretty long time ago, but of course,
Yeah.
Who else?
Yeah.
Got any Swedes? Any countrymen that you loved?
No, not really. When I was really young, it was I liked Kane.
Yeah.
Kane. The hands there too. So.
Yeah, the hands are definitely
there.
So.
Yeah.
But okay, so Kane is number 88. Datsyuk was 13, right? So you end up with 36. You're 86 in Rochester. I love 86 for you, and now you got 36. Could that change at some point in the future?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't get to choose this time, so 36 was just
so that was your training camp number?
Yeah, exactly.
You got 36?
Yeah.
Okay.
But 86 is nice. I like that one.
86 is really nice.
What did you wear as a kid most years?
I think I was 13 because of Datsyuk.
Yeah.
And then when I changed to a bigger club in Sweden, I got handed 45, so I had that a couple of years.
45 is not a forward number.
No, I know.
It's a defenseman number, I think. 45 is isn't Carrier in Montreal 45, I think. 45 is a defenseman number.
Yeah,
so,
but 86 is nice.
86 is really nice. So what about your stick? Duffer's been telling me, hey, look at Noah, look at how he's done in Rochester. But I look at the shot, the one-timer, sometimes the knee down.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of that work is in your stick. So what kind of stick do you use? The flex, the curve, any little special things that you do?
Yeah, I use a 75 flex.
That's pretty whippy.
Yeah, but I just changed to 75.
Okay.
I had 70 almost till Christmas. Then I changed, and then I kept scoring.
So a little stiffer.
Yeah, a little stiffer, and then my curve, I took it from William Eklund in San Jose Sharks.
Okay, yeah.
I like that one. It's a little bit of a mix of a P28 with a little bit more curve, and then P29 with a little bit less.
So do you know William Eklund?
Yeah,
So you got to see a 6, and you're like, ooh, I like that, and then you took that?
Yeah, I tried that one during the summers, and I liked it, so I've been
maybe
sticking
somebody
with
will grab your stick one
that.
day and
Maybe.
say, I like that Noah Ostlund stick.
Hopefully,
and then, they'll go like that.
For sure.
Who have you found, the answer could be everyone, but who have you found you've had the most chemistry with playing in Rochester this year?
Yeah, I think Rosie. I think we've been playing good together. Of course, he's an offensive guy that sees dice very good, so I enjoy playing with him. And we've been playing a lot with Murray, big guy, strong and great in front of the net. So that's been a good mix, I think.
That's why his nickname is the Big Mur.
Yeah,
Big Mur is big guy.
Yep,
he goes in front of the net. So is the speed a lot different from the AHL to the NHL? Because a lot of people always say, oh, you know what, it's a lot faster. But I remember we talked to, who was it that said he felt like he had more time in the NHL just because the execution was, he would get the puck on his stick
Arttu Ruotsalainen.
Arttu Ruotsalainen. That's right, Duffer. Thank you. He would say he felt like he had more time in the NHL. What do you see? Like more speed or more time?
I think more time, actually.
Okay, yeah.
In the AHL, there's a couple of guys just running around trying to hit you here. Most of the guys are like pretty skilled and knows where to be, so I think that's a big difference.
So when you get the puck, first of all, it's on your stick, but second of all, everybody's in the right position, so you know what play to make.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's good.
Family still in town?
Yeah, actually they get to see 3 games, so they're happy.
That's
a good
really
week.
good.
Yeah.
Were they scheduled to come in, or like when you got called up, they're like, we're going?
No, when I got called up, they went. But my dad was here until Saturday, and then he went home, and then he had to come back for the call up.
Collecting the air miles from the trip later.
And I got a fun story of him. He when he booked his flight first time to Rochester, he booked to Rochester, Minnesota.
Oh, no. That is great because we had Yuri Kulik in here telling us that on Christmas he was going to go to Minnesota, and he booked his flight instead of Christmas, December 24th, or he booked it for February 24th, so he booked it for the wrong month.
So him and his brother got all the way to
Toronto, and they were stuck in Toronto.
No way.
So your dad, did he get to Rochester, Minnesota?
Yeah, and then he jumped in the rental car, and it said 14-hour drive.
Yeah.
So then he had to go back and fly the next day to Rochester, New York.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So he landed, and did he know he was in Rochester, Minnesota?
He had no idea.
He was in Rochester.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And then he called me when he was in the car and said 14 hours. He said it was like 15 minutes.
We're getting great stories of like plane, trains, and automobiles.
This is a series, right?
Yeah.
This is the making of a series here. Sabres Travel.
Yeah.
Well, I'd love to meet your dad and say, you know what, if you have any issues with driving around Minnesota, I'll help you.
Yeah.
And stay here for longer.
Yes,
you know, now that you've got your feet on the ground here in Western New York. So what have they thought of all of this? And just, you know, on a regular basis, whether they are here or not, how much conversation do you typically have with them about hockey?
Yeah, I think pretty much. I think my dad is very interested in hockey. He has a lot of friends that have played, so he knows pretty much. But yeah, I would say we talk every other day. So they're happy to be here and they're proud of me. So that's good.
Do they wake up in the middle of the night to watch the games, or do they watch it the next day on replay?
Yeah, my dad wakes up almost every night.
Almost every night.
Yeah. And goes to sleep a little bit before and then wakes up. And
so the games would be at what, like 3
a.m.?
1 a.m.?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a 4-hour difference.
Yeah. No, it's 6 hours.
6 hours,
yeah.
Okay. So, so
7 to 1.
7 to 1.
What's hometown for you?
It's like 40 minutes outside of Stockholm.
Small?
Yeah, small town.
Yeah.
Nykvarn, it's called.
And any other famous hockey players from right there?
Yeah, Carl Hagelin.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I know Carl. Really, I played with him in New York, so
he's
I love
from there.
Hags. Although nobody thought he was a Swede because his English was perfect. Like he played college hockey, and he would be like just fitting in everywhere.
Yeah, that's the Landeskog effect too.
Yeah, long hair,
exactly.
blonde,
So
but other than that, totally. So he's from the same town.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Michael Samuelson.
Yep.
He was in Detroit. That's my dad's one of his best friends. So.
Okay, that's cool.
He was a very effective player with Detroit.
Sure.
Oh yeah, very. So I've gone to Stockholm and I've got to Gothenburg.
Yeah.
Which city do you like best? This or that? Because obviously Lundqvist is from Gothenburg.
Yeah.
He always said Gothenburg was
Yeah,
better than
of course,
Stockholm.
yeah.
But which city do you like best?
Yeah, I would say Stockholm, of course,
Stockholm
because
is-
I live pretty close to there. So.
Okay, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I remember we went to play against Frölunda in a preseason
Really?
game.
In
The
Gothenburg?
Rangers against, and it was unreal.
Yeah,
the
the Gothenburg
atmosphere
is
in
nice.
Sweden
Yeah.
is unreal.
Yeah,
So.
it's so cool. Yeah.
I should have done the research over the last 2 games and going into tonight, but have you been up against any good friends in the first few games?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I know Lysell a little bit. Played in Boston, but not that good. So.
Okay.
Not really.
Very good.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
good. Well, what do you think of Ovi getting to 895? Like you're like, I want to get one. He's got 895.
Yeah, that's
What do you
so
think
cool.
of that?
That's so cool. That's a record no one thought was gonna be broken. So that's so cool, and I think he deserves it too.
Did you used to watch a little Ovi when you were a kid?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, with that style and everything.
Were you
yeah.
Ovi or Sid?
I think I've been a Sid fan. Yeah.
Yeah. Playmaker,
Yeah.
plays the overall game.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I like that.
Thank you for stopping
Perfect.
by.
Yeah, of course.
Continued success.
Yeah.
Great storytelling. We
Yeah.
appreciate it. And
Can't wait to meet your dad.
absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.